Hey everybody, this is Jason Akers with Green Acres Pest Control, and this is my second shot at trying this and seeing if this is going to work tonight. So when you start getting into chat, let me know how things work, if anybody can see me, if you can hear me, all that good stuff, because this is my second go and I may just not be able to do YouTube tonight. So let me know if you see me. Vegan Tree Mama says they got, oh, that's my wife. That's you got the notification?
Yep, sent it.
Okay, good. So maybe this thing's gonna work right now. I got one person in my chat room, and that's you. So, Jennifer Lego, what are you doing? Go hang with the family. Here, let me see my family. Let me see my family. I need my family. Oh, my family. Oh, my family. This is my family. Look at my family. Oh, don't cry. It's okay. Oh, see, this is my family. This is my new family. This is one of my new families. Well, this is my only new family. Everybody else is still around, but... Oh, this is Charlie.
No, not Charlie.
Not Charlie. Which one is
Finley.
it? Finley. I have 4 children now, and I can't keep track of them. So I have to call them all out by everybody else's name but their own. Look, he's got little feet. Look at the little feet. But anyway. So he's only 2 days old.
Yeah,
2?
2
He's
days.
still fresh. Anyway. I like the way that babies smell. Oh, but this is my baby. For anybody who knows, I thought I'd just throw this baby in here real quick, talk about my little baby. My wife labored for 29 and a half hours, and this is the result. She's amazing, and he's amazing, and everything is great. Like I said, his name is Finley. He's a little hello, everybody. This is Finley with Green Acres Pest Control. Anyway, he's a boy. It's my little boy. We like to buy gender-neutral clothing. So this is a sleeper that we had when Emma was a baby, and she will be 9 in March, so she's 8.5. And then Charlie wore it, and now Finley's wearing it. Yes, Finley. Here, I'm going to let you take the baby back, though, because I'm going to hurt the baby. I'm always afraid I'm going to break the babies. But anyway, I'm here tonight for a few minutes, for a little while, because like I said, I'm kind of sleep deprived. We had the baby 2 days ago. My wife was in labor for 29 and a half hours, and so yes, now I am here to talk with everybody in chat. I've got 2 chats running. This is the second time I've tried this tonight. I went on earlier and I tried to stream through the YouTube platform, but it does not work. But my wife is good. You're good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's good. They asked how you are.
I'm doing great. I would be up walking around and moving if I was allowed to.
She's been put on bed rest by her doctor, as she said that she can't get up and move around a whole lot because she's trying to heal on the inside, because you know all that stuff. I don't want to talk about it. It's gross. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about something that happened to me and my family right before I left to have this baby. Well, I didn't have a baby. She had a baby. She's sitting right here. But anyway, after over 20 years, I've infested my home with bed bugs. I did it. So, right before we left to go to have the baby, my wife saw a bug crawling across her pillow in the bed, and she said, "What is this, Jason?" And it was a nymph. It wasn't full grown, and it was just one little baby bed bug. And she's starting to scratch now, like she's itching, like she's feeling them crawling on her. And we had a bed bug. So let me tell you what I did. Now, let me explain to you what I do. When I do bed bug work, in order to keep from infesting my own home, and this is the advice I give everybody, and this has always worked for me for over 20 years. I've been doing bed bugs since I was 17. Very first bed bug job I ever did, I was 17 years old. It was the year I got my pest control license. I did a bed bug job. So what I did was, oh, Kimberly Lovelet says she wants another baby. That's what happens when you have babies around you, little teeny tiny little bitty babies, and it's like, oh, I want a baby. But you forget how painful it is to have a baby and stressful. But anyway, so let me tell you what I did. So what I normally do when I do a bed bug job, if I come home, and even light bed bug jobs, I'll come home, I'll come through the basement because my laundry room is at my basement door. It's the first room I get into. It's the only unfinished room in my basement. So I'll come in that room and I'll take my uniform off outside, strip down to my socks and underwear pretty much, and then I walk in and I put my laundry directly in the washing machine and I wash it. And that way I don't spread anything in the house. Well, I did a job for a guy, and I wasn't expecting to do a bed bug job, but when I got to the house and I realized that that's what he had and they were so severe, I went ahead and treated the house for bed bugs. And it was very tight, close quarters. It was very difficult to get the mattresses and the box springs and stuff up off of the bed. The guy was kind of moving around in there in the way, sweeping stuff out from underneath the box spring. And I told him several times, look, you can't be in here while I'm treating for bed bugs because the guy's in the way. And I kind of just stood there and waited. I didn't spray anything. I wasn't doing any treatment or anything like that. I was just waiting for him to do some spring cleaning apparently. And because that's what he was doing. But anyway, evidently I rubbed up against the mattress and got a baby on my clothing, on my uniform, and I didn't think I had anything on me at all. I came home, walked right in the house, and walked up to the bedroom, took my uniform off, got into my day clothes, and left my uniform right beside the bed, not even thinking. Made the stupidest mistake I think I've ever made in my entire bedbug career. And we ended up finding 2 bed bugs in the bed ultimately, and I had to treat the whole house. In fact, I've got pictures. I was going to do a little video on, how not to infest your house with bed bugs, give people the advice that I don't keep apparently myself. But anyway, I had to go through the whole house and treat every single mattress, treat the couch and treat the lazy boy reclining chairs, and everything got treated in the whole house like we infested. But I'm pretty sure they were really just targeted to my one room because I was the only one moronic enough to bring my uniform up in here and throw it in the floor underneath my bed. So that's what happened to me. And so I went through. Rory helped me. We took all the beds apart. In fact, we're still, because it was right before I had to leave. Well, it was just been a few days, Lisa. So we were, Lisa asked if the bed bugs are gone. Now, I'm not taking phone calls tonight, so if anyone's trying to call, I don't have any ability to take a call tonight at all. But anyway, so what happened was we took all the beds apart. We took all the sheets off, all the comforters and all that crap, took them down and threw them in the washing machine, started washing laundry. We did about 3 or 4 loads of laundry, and then I had to leave. We had to all leave and go to the, we had to leave and go to have a baby. And so there's still some sheets and stuff that need to be washed. It's downstairs. Now, I did the main room, this room here that I'm in right now. I treated this room, and I treated the whole house for bed bugs with Crossfire. I haven't seen one since, but like I said, I've only been here a couple days. I was here for, 2 days after we found them, and then we left. We went to Charlottesville, and we were gone for Charlottesville for a couple days. Came back today. Today, right? Yeah. We just got back today. I'm sorry, my brain is just...
I think that's why you dropped your pants right by the edge of the floor, is because I had been in labor.
Yep.
On and off for the past week.
Well, see, here's the problem. We had this planned thing, and we were going to have... Yeah, I used Crossfire, Julie. But we had this... this whole thing planned where we were going to go up and they were going to do an induction and all, and then my wife decided that wasn't going to be the way we were going to do it, and she decided she's just going to go into labor early. And I was trying to line up my work so that I had empty. The last week of October would be completely empty, so we'd have plenty of time for induction and all, and we could take our time. We'd go up there and have this baby because we went to a birth center. It's this way we had our baby. And so it was really great, by the way. It's the first natural birth my wife has ever had, even though it was 29 and a half hours. She said she's done Pitocin. She's done Pitocin without medication, so without any kind of pain medication. And then she's done Pitocin with the what is it called, the epidural. And she said she'd never do an Pitocin again without an epidural. But this time we just did all natural and had it at the birth center. Well, natural, if you consider taking, what is that stuff they make you take? It's like oil. What is it? What kind of oil you have to take to make you have a baby?
Oh, castor oil.
Castor oil.
It started my contractions right back.
Yeah, castor oil. It gives you the liquid shits. Oh, I'm not supposed to say shit. Oh, well, you know, the Hershey squirts. That's better, right? Gives you the Hershey squirts.
Oh, it wasn't too bad, honestly.
I embarrassed myself. See, I done turned red and everything. But anyway.
I didn't get sick. I didn't throw up. I didn't have any of the bad side effects like people say. It's so terrible.
What do I recommend to get rid of mice? People laughing at me because I said the hers. Oh my God. Oh, I'm tired. But we stayed a couple of nights in a hotel up in Charlottesville, and let's see, I kind of thought, so Thursday last week, I came on here and I did a live stream from Charlottesville because I was in Charlottesville because my wife went into early labor Wednesday night. So she was in labor Wednesday. We went up Thursday, and then her labor petered off. We ended up not having the baby. And so we went all weekend, and then, what was it? Monday. No, she was off and on having labor ever since last Wednesday. And so an entire week went by. She's been having this labor, and then she finally had the baby a couple days ago. But we went up, and the midwife said, "I tell you what, we went to the birth center and everything. It didn't work out right." And she said, "Let's go ahead and do the castor oil." And so she did castor oil, and that got her contractions going nice and strong. Her water broke. And then
we thought the baby was coming.
We thought the baby was coming after the water broke, and then she labored all night after her water broke. She labored all night long, and into the next day. Stopped the day. The labor stopped the next morning. Water's already broken, and you can't have your water broke more than 24 hours. Or you have to go in for emergency cesareans. Typically, the way that ends, and got it all the way. So her water broke around like 10 o'clock Monday night. And that's when her water broke. And she had the baby at 7:53 the next night. So it all the way to like 2 hours away from where she would have had to go to UVA and have her do an emergency cesarean, and still had the baby. And boy, the woman, I tell people, I'm still amazed. I'm still just, I've seen Charlie born. I've seen Emma born. I've seen Finley born. And I think every man needs to witness their wife birth a baby, because I give up on the poop after like 20 minutes, and she went like 29 and a half straight hours.
And that's if you don't count from Wednesday.
Yeah, and that's if you don't count from Wednesday, yeah. And so, because she was off and on labor since Wednesday last week. And then, but yeah, it's amazing. And I cried. And the kids were there because it was a birth center. So they had like a room set apart side so the kids could be there. And they were up front. I come out of the bedroom, and I'm crying because I cried every baby is born. I've cried every baby that was born. And so I'm walking down the hall, and I'm crying. And my oldest son, Rory, he's 16. He looks at me. He thinks, "Oh, no, my mama's dead." And I had to realize that I was crying. And I looked up at him, and I said, "Mom's fine. Baby's fine. Everybody's good." And so he said that was really stressful on him, seeing me come out there crying like I was. And so, but yeah, Finley's great. She's actually really, even Alicia, she's really good. She bounced back real good. So, but the night before we left, I hardly slept at all because I was terrified of these bed bugs. I tell you, for people that ever had these things, it is total, like, psych you out, man. If you think you got bed bugs in your house, it will drive you plumb crazy. It will absolutely drive you crazy. I feel sorry for anyone that's ever had them. But the only person that's been bit is my wife, so I'm fine with it. But she's the only one they're biting. They bit her 3 times on the foot, and she thought it was a spider bite. But and I see the bite marks now. I see them right there. Yep, right there. Yep, there they are. 1, 2, 3.
And that's
yep.
The 4th one right there.
And then she's got another one. Well, I don't think that one on the other one's a bed bug. I think that's something else. That doesn't look like a bed bug. Yeah. Those right there do absolutely look like bed bugs.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it does absolutely cause that post-traumatic stress syndrome. Absolutely.
And you're not even getting bit.
I'm not even getting bit. Just she. Yeah. She said, it's true. It's because she's sweet. So, but yeah. I've just been staring at my baby. I just stare at him. I sat the other day and just stared at him till he woke up. And then I was like maybe an hour or more just staring at the baby. Jason, put it in perspective. Once in 20 years, out of perhaps thousands of jobs, still a winner. Oh, I hate it, you know? So, I'll tell you a story. My son was 8 at Rory. And he's 16 now. So this was 8 years ago. We went on a bee job. So I had a bee job in Roanoke. It was for honeybees. And he's like, I'm scared, Dad. I don't like bees. And I said, Rory, it's fine. I've never been stung. Ever. I don't get stung. I've never been stung on the job, not one single time. Ever have I been stung on the job. And I said, it's going to be fine. It's never happened. This was 8 years ago. And that's the one house I got stung. And in fact, it was honeybees. And if you've ever been stung by a honeybee, they come after you. Like the whole hive comes out of the wall and comes after you. And I got stung like 5 or 6 times. I ran all the way to my truck, jumped in the truck, rolled up the windows, and they were tinging off the windows trying to get to me. And it traumatized my son for a long time. Now he kills yellow jackets and everything. He's not afraid of them anymore. But it was kind of crazy that happened to me. And then, of course, I keep talking about how, I've never gotten bed bugs. I've never brought one home. I'm always real careful. And here I brought them home. But what we did was we stripped all the sheets. We washed the sheets, always high heat washer, high heat dryer. For at least 45 minutes to an hour, you want to at least let them dry at least that long to kill any bed bugs. Even if they're already dry, you still leave them in there for about an hour and let them get good and dry and hot. And that will kill the bed bugs that are in the covers, because you can't treat the covers. In fact, most pesticide labels will tell you right on the label you cannot treat the covers. You have to take the covers off and wash them, launder them. And then I flipped the bed. Now, I'm on a Tempur-Pedic mattress. It weighs like 1,000,000 pounds. It's like made of bricks and foam. And it's so heavy. It's such a beast to lift. But I've actually done one worse. The worst bed I've ever lifted was a Tempur-Pedic mattress until I did a latex mattress, and they're pretty bad. But we stripped all the beds, treated all the beds. I haven't seen any bed bugs since we've been back. I didn't really see any bed bugs that night either. I haven't seen any live or dead ones at all. I think it was just a couple I brought in on my uniform. Not very many of them are going to be able to hide on your uniform, but they're running up. My son in that house actually pulled a one off of me and threw it off on the floor and killed it on that job. And so I knew they were crawling up on me, but I figured it was just that one. Usually it's 1 or 2. You get them off of you, pick them off of you in the driveway, and that's it. Nothing like cockroaches. I've picked 16 roaches off of me in someone's driveway before and still came home with a roach in my boot. So, but not usually bed bugs. Thomas says, will Apprehend be the new industry pest control standard in the near future? I don't know. I don't use Apprehend. I've thought about it. I've considered moving over to Apprehend. Maybe. Might try a job or 2 with it. It's got a 90-day residual, which is pretty good. But I haven't tried Apprehend myself. I've heard it's worked really well. One of the reasons that I don't use Apprehend is because people have allergic reactions to the mold spore on their skin. They can have a mild skin irritations and stuff from it. And so I just don't use it for that reason. If it was all I had, I would just explain to the customer, hey, make sure you get your sheets and stuff off the bed. Don't be laying on a bare mattress. Don't because you're not supposed to expose your skin to it, because it can cause rashes and it causes allergic reactions. And so
I'm curious too, because I have mold allergies. If you lay on it, if it would cause
I don't think it's that type of mold.
Not that kind of mold.
I'm sure there's always a chance you could be allergic to it, but just like people are born allergic to peanuts, it doesn't mean that the majority of people are not allergic to peanuts. Yeah. So let's see. Maria Johnson says, I got back from remodeling and mandatory bed bug cleaning. I got a new sofa. I still itch after 3 months. The bed bug man said it's phantom anxiety. Yes, that is possible. Yeah, phantom anxiety is a true thing. It's like So the best way I can explain it to people is if I started talking to you about head lice and you start scratching your head, even though you don't have lice, that's one of the things that's considered phantom anxiety. It's like the impulse to scratch, and you think the bugs are on you, but they're not really there, and it's more like a placebo effect, and it causes you to itch and scratch even though they're not there, and makes you feel like you're scratchy and itchy.
You see, I haven't really had that, but I've struggled with the mosquitoes.
Thomas says, how many times should I go back and treat with Crossfire, and can I mix with IGR? They have proven, in fact, if you get PCT magazine, I recommend you go read it. They have proven that IGRs do not work on bed bugs, but Crossfire does work. I only do one times. So let me give you an example. If someone called right now and said, hey, I have bed bugs at my house. In fact, I'm doing a bed bug job tomorrow. It's a one-time only bed bug job. I only do one times now. I used to do 3 months. I mean, I can do it if someone wants me to set them up on a regular, like a 3-month type thing. I used to do once a month every 30 days. But since I've gone back on Crossfire jobs, I haven't really had to go back. When I go back on the second or third trip, I'm not finding anything alive. And so in fact, I had a lady out of Smith Mountain Lake in Bedford County, Virginia, who I treated for bed bugs. And she called me about, well, it was probably about 27, 28 days from the day I went to her house. And I said, well, if you wait until next week and then call me if you still have them. And she called me to let me know that she didn't have any more bed bugs the next week. And so it just took a couple extra days to knock them all out, but that worked. So I don't really have to go back with just one treatment, typically. James Martin says, let me see. Let me pull it up on here because, all right. For a preventative, you treat baseboards, bed legs, and box springs. Yes, correct. Some caveman says, hello, Jason. Hello, caveman. You're the goat. And I know what that means. That means greatest of all time. I'm not. I'm not the greatest by any means. I just follow my labels. Jesus Cortez says, any experience treating gnats on exterior of a restaurant? Gnats? Are you sure it's not like a drain fly or something? What is it like? I'm not sure. I'm gonna. Okay, Julie Atkins typed in all chats, in all caps lock, but they won't let you do that. So try not to do that again. But I'll go ahead and allow it. But you got to be careful because YouTube actually will block you for typing in all caps. But I just wanted to let you know that happened. That's why I had to actually make it show that. She said, I just cleaned out my island in the kitchen. What insecticide would you use to put in there? I bought Max Force, Alpine, and WSG. Alpine and Max Force would work really well. You don't treat the entire cabinet, just the cracks where the wood joins together. So, like a cabinet's made like a box. And so, like, imagine this was the end of the cabinet right here. You see this little line right there along the bed? This is my headboard. So this little line here, you would treat in that. That's a crack. But you don't treat the surface. You just treat the cracks. Roaches don't live on the surface. They don't just live right out here. I mean, they might crawl across there, but they're going to go into the cracks. Roaches actually have a desire. It's a desire to have their feet and their back touch a surface at all times, which is why they go into a crack and they squeeze into a crack. They feel safe there. And so as long as you get the pesticide in a crack, you're going to kill your roaches. I don't like tempered for bed bugs. Lisa says, do you like tempered for bed bugs? I don't. And the reason I don't like tempered for bed bugs is because you have to retreat every week to week and a half. And I don't think that that's economical, and I don't think it's feasible for most people. The problem with temperate and having to retreat, the thing is I believe temperate is just a imidacloprid, which has been around for a long time, and the bed bugs have started to become immune to imidacloprid, and so I just don't use it. Ramsey says, does Crossfire kill ants? I understand that it does, but it's cheaper to get Samari. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone here and I'll show you a picture of it, because I can't really do it because I'm not at my computer, because I'm not really going to be doing a whole bunch of like, hey, look at this and look at that. SUR, man, can I pull it up? MAI pesticide. Now, I don't know if you can get this yet because this is a newer pesticide. In fact, I can't even pull it up. Samari, there it is. It's an MJK product. It's basically the same thing as Crossfire. There you go. Is it going to work? Is it going to focus? Focus. Focus. No, it's not. But anyway, go to MGK's website, look it up. Sumari. Sumari. I'll type it in chat. Sumari. I don't know if it came up or not. It did. So there you go. Let's see if I can get my chat back up here. There we go. What do you recommend for German roaches? Alpine WSG works really good for German roaches. Vendetta is a really good mouse, not mice, but Vendetta is a really good bait for roaches too. Daniel Thorne says, can you see bites for an extended period of time but see no signs of bed bugs at all? Yes, you can. You can get bites and not find bed bugs. I've been in houses where when you go in, they do have bed bugs. You can't find any bed bugs. You treat the house. They call you days later with dead bed bugs, and they send pictures. I've had people do this to me before, where you go in and you look everywhere, and they're positive they have bed bugs. They got bites all over them. You treat the house preventatively for bed bugs, and then they send you pictures of dead bed bugs. And so the bed bugs actually hide. There's lots of places they hide. They don't just hide on the bed. They hide behind baseboards, around window, like this window thing here. They'd hide in there. They hide in these rails. Like this is a 4-poster bed. See where that rail hooks together right there? That's a place I've found bed bugs before, not on my bed, but on others. And all along this lip right here, where that metal lip is, they'll live in there. There's lots of places bed bugs can live, and you can't find them. And so it's best just to do, if you think you have bed bugs, you can at least do a preventative bed for bed bugs. And some exterminators will actually charge less to do a preventative bed bug treatment. In fact, just general pest control by itself, a lot of times will prevent bed bugs from coming into your home at all. If you've got family or friends that you know have bed bugs, if you just perform a general pest control service once every 30 days, most of the time you will eliminate any bed bugs that try to infest your home. I've done it. I mean, I've gone in people's house and found dead bed bugs. They were never bed bug customers, but because I was doing general pest control in their house, the bed bugs just died. They didn't really have anywhere to live. They got in, they went to the baseboards, they died. I'm a baseboard jockey. I treat baseboards. I treat inside and outside. I'm a very old school exterminator. I think that prevention is the best action. I'm not really one of these IPM type people where I do, which stands for integrated pest management, where you just treat where the bugs are. I typically treat the areas the bugs are going to be. They are going to live under baseboards. They are going to live around, these cracks and stuff, like around your windows. Treat around the window cracks and stuff, places that bugs get in. This will cut down on things like spiders. Like this time of year, it's spider season. Lots of spiders coming in. You treat around all the cracks around your windows and doors to try to keep bugs out, and the spiders will leave your house alone too. So that's the way I practice my pest control in my business. The restaurant has a lot of plants, trees on the outside. You would need to treat around those areas. You'd need to granulate, put granules around outside wherever the dirt, and that will help a lot on the gnats and the bugs coming up out of the ground. That helps. And Talstar helps too. That's Kenneth says we spray Talstar on the outside, Suspend SC on inside, Niban bait outside for every account. That's pretty good. That's really good. Talstar is all right. I like Demon Max. I like better. I think it lasts longer. I don't think Talstar is the best. I mean, bifenthrin is a good chemical, but there are better synthetic pyrethroids that work. They work better for a longer period of time. So I prefer Demon for that. Let's see. Jesus Cortez says thoughts on Bedlam. Bedlam has stopped working for bed bugs from what I understand. It works sometimes, but not as good as it used to. Bedlam is another MGK product. I believe that's why they started producing Crossfire. It's because Bedlam wasn't working as effectively anymore. D. Jones says, what do you recommend for general pest control? General pest control, I've got a video on general pest control, actually. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Let's see, videos, search. And if you are here, and you've never seen my channel before, give me a like. Like the video if you like the content or what I do here. Let's see. Let's go here. Click that link. And then share. Copy link. I should be able to post it over here now. Paste. Enter. There you go. Ain't gotta work. That's my general pest control video. So just do alpine for prevention. I'm scared I have them. Yeah, you can do alpine for prevention. That will work. Thoughts on black flag flea treatment? The label doesn't say anything about residual. Most pesticides you buy over the counter don't have very much of a residual at all. The reason that is because typically to get that type of residual, you would need to mix the chemical yourself, because pesticide companies don't want the general public to have stronger mixed pesticides. They don't want people to risk poisoning themselves, their children, or their pets. And so typically the ready-to-mix stuff is just not very strong and it's not very effective. It will work for a short time, but after, usually a few weeks, you kind of need to reapply. It's not working anymore. And mainly the reason it doesn't work is because it's not strong enough. It's not mixed to label. The label is the law. I say this on all my videos. The label's the law. Always follow your labels. And if you read labels like Talstar or Demon or some of these other pesticides for certain types of bugs, Alpine itself will tell you right out, this is what you need to mix. This is the concentration you have to mix at to get rid of this bug or that bug. And typically pesticides you buy at the store are pre-mixed, typically with the least strength possible, because they don't want people to make, they're pesticides. They are chemicals. There is always the risk you'll make somebody sick or yourself, and they don't want you doing something that's going to cause you to be sick, because they understand that you're not a professional, you're not licensed, you're not insured, and so you don't have the same type of protection as someone like me who owns their own business. So fleas are very difficult to get rid of. Bed bugs are very difficult to get rid of. This is what my YouTube channel is for. The pesticides that I have on my Amazon page and the links in the description, those pesticides I use in my business, and there are links to websites. You can go to doyourown.com or Do Your Own Pest Control or whatever. Go to those websites, go to my Amazon page, look at it. They are concentrates, which means they have to be mixed with water to work. And as long as you follow your label and you follow the directions, you'll get rid of your bugs. I show a lot of people how to get rid of bugs. I teach people how to do this kind of thing all the time. And I've been doing it for a long time. I started in pest control when I was 6 years old. My dad sent me into an attic to spread mothballs in an attic. That's the first thing I ever did in pest control, and the attic space wasn't much bigger than a square foot. I remember my dad was complaining to the lady who owned the house below the attic, and he was like, I don't understand why they make these holes so small, because, people 200 years ago at the turn of the century when this house was built, they had to be bigger than a square foot. So, but I've been doing this forever. We just had pest inspection for our building. They were checking for, oh, wait a minute. Let me look up here, because somebody, let me read this comment real quick, because he had left, if the chat is going to work. Okay, I found one, then poured bleach and water on my mattress and saw nymphs, babies, and about 5 adults. I'm shooketh. I'm about to spend $1,000 to get rid of the situation. Okay, so bleach isn't a pesticide, for one. You make yourself sick doing that. But for a bottle of Crossfire is anywhere from $38 to $50, and $15 sprayer at Ace Hardware, and you can get rid of your bed bugs a lot cheaper than $1,000. Jennifer Lego says, Jason has said many times foggers do not work. No, they don't. So the problem with foggers are, okay, so when I've been doing pest control for a long time. Let me pull this desk a little closer. I've been doing pest control for a really long time. And back when you used to do a roach clean out, you'd go into a house and you'd use something like Orthene or Dursban, Demon Max you'd use inside, double strength. And then you'd chase roaches out of every crack and crevice. They'd be crawling across the ceiling. They'd be falling off into your pockets, into your hair. They'd be crawling all over up your pant leg. Just try to get somewhere where there wasn't any pesticide. and you put your respirator on. You come in there and you fog the whole place, and you put this this cloud of pesticide in the air. And the problem with a fogger is it's typically made with perethrins. Which is a very strong pesticide when you first apply it. But the biggest issue is that it doesn't last very long. And so it's only going to last usually for 3 hours, maybe a day. It is not a long residual, and you don't want it to be because it gets on everything. I mean, every surface. So if I used a fogger in this room right now, just like we just talked about, roaches live in cracks and crevices. Like I said, this crack right here, they'll be living in there. They're not going to live here on this surface, but the fogger's going to put pesticide all over that surface. And so you got to come in, you got to wipe the counters, you got to wipe the tables, you got to wipe the walls. Sometimes the walls will be oily to touch, and they're nasty because that fogger got on everything. And it's just a disgusting thing. And you used to have to do it. It was the only way you could get rid of bugs. Chemicals have come a long way. A lot of the pesticides we use now for roaches, bed bugs, ants, lots of pesticides work through transference, which means when the bug crawls through the chemical, it absorbs into their exoskeleton. And when those bugs go back and they communicate with other bugs and they rub off back and forth with each other, it spreads. And so every ant doesn't have to go into the chemical, just one. Every bed bug doesn't have to crawl through the chemical, just one or two. Same with roaches, because they're going to go back and they're going to communicate with each other, and they're going to spread it as soon as they communicate. Just bed bugs, in the process of mating, they will spread it to each other. The thing is that you're making them sick. It's like you're giving them a disease that they spread amongst themselves, and they just all die. You don't have to go in and put pesticide on every single surface to kill the bugs anymore. It's a lot easier. It's a lot more effective, and it's a lot safer than it ever has been to deal with bug problems. I have a lot of people that come onto my videos. They tell me, oh, you're one of those people who loves pesticides, and you just want to spray and poison people, and oh, you're just hurting people. You should do things more natural. You should use things like essential oils, which have been found to kill cats and cause serious allergic reactions and newborns too. I mean, I just got a baby. If I put peppermint oil or cinnamon oil or eucalyptus oil or something like that in this room, it could kill my son. It could kill him. And he's only 2 days old, and you don't know these things because they don't tell you these things. People don't know this stuff about pesticides and essential oils. Pesticides are actually safer than most, what do you call them? Wives' tales? Or whatever.
They've just been more thoroughly researched.
They've been much, yeah, I agree. They've been much more thoroughly researched. That's the thing. So, let's see if anybody has said anything else. I don't know if this chat's really... Oh, I see. Some people have said some stuff. Yeah. Congratulations on your new baby. Thank you very much. He is amazing. Jennifer Lego. The green movement is crap. Cyanide is natural too. That's true. Cyanide is natural.
That amazing flea chemical that was made from orange.
Yeah, Demise.
It was amazing.
Demise was fantastic. Yeah, did I treat the house with Demise before? Maybe once when we first got together. I don't know if it was around even then.
You might have more in that first apartment when we
Yeah.
were together.
Well, see, that was the problem. Is with my line of work, I used to get fleas all the time. It was a real common thing. I would go out, do a flea job, and come back with fleas. What do you think of humidity treatment for fleas? I don't think that would work. What, are you going to flood your house? I mean, if you flood the house, it might work. Are you talking about like a serious flood? Like, 100, 200, 600,000 gallons? That might work. I don't think it will work. What about those bed bug traps? Are they worth it? No, they aren't. They don't work. And I had a question. Somebody asked me. So I want to explain this here, and for anyone that's watching that's asked this question. Lowering humidity less than 50% won't work. That won't work. Nah, that's not a problem. it's gonna be a little bit of background noise, but that's okay. If people know I got a baby in here, I sleep. He's trying to go to sleep, and so we got a little white noise to play, and he's just like like that. But anyway, I hope you guys can hear me. I'm not talking real loud tonight. I don't have a good mic. I'm just going on whatever my iPad is doing. So, 25 people in here. Give me a like. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. I appreciate it if you do. So, anyway. So yeah, bed bug traps don't really work. I wanted to go over, so someone had asked me to do a video comparing repellents and non-repellent pesticides. I think I've already done this. I'm not sure. I know I talk about it a lot. But one of the things about a repellent, so the reason he was asking is because he wants to provide pest control service for his, and he was wondering if he'd like to do a repellent outside and a non-repellent inside. And this is what I do. So I use Alpine WSG inside, and it's expensive, and I use it inside. And I do a repellent outside, which is something like Demon Max, Talstar, some other type of pyrethroid-based pesticide outside. And this keeps the bugs away. And then the non-repellent pesticides, when the bugs come in, if any get past the barrier, and they do come in, they don't know a pesticide's been applied, so they just die. And so that's really effective, and that's the way that I do it. Jennifer Lego says, hi, Alicia. She went to the bathroom. I don't know what she's doing in there. It ain't none of my business. Yes, demand does work for spiders. It's about the only thing it'll kill. I hate demand. I remember when they first came out with demand, the stuff was garbage. It's thick, like oatmeal, and you mix that stuff up and you put it in your tank, and it really doesn't kill hardly anything but spiders. It will kill spiders, but that's about the only thing it kills. I was actually really happy with the way it killed spiders, but that's about it. I don't like it. Not good for roaches. Not good for fleas. Not really good for much of anything else but spiders. I'm dealing with stink bugs. Yep, me too. In fact, my son caught one. I need to spray the house. But he caught one, tried to throw it on my daughter. My 3-year-old tried to throw a stink bug on my 8-year-old. Will cold weather affect crossfire residual in cars? It might. I'm not sure. Does rain cause ants to be more prevalent? Yes, that's true. Rain will make ants worse. A lot worse. See, one thing you got to think about ants. So ants are... Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up. I want to be able to answer everybody's questions. Ants like to keep 6 months worth of food all the time. There used to be a story when I was a kid called The Ant and the Grasshopper. And the ants worked all summer long, and the grasshoppers did nothing but play. And when it came time for the wintertime, the grasshopper didn't have anything to eat, and the ants did. So the grasshopper had to mooch off the ants in order to survive. Ants work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to refill their food supply. As long as they have 6 months worth of food in their colony, they will only work usually in the morning and the evening, typically between 6 and 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 and 10 o'clock at night. And that's usually the best time you can find ants. But if it's after a rainstorm and they've had to kind of hold up in their nest for 2 or 3 days and deal with the rain, they're going to dip into that food they have stored. They're going to eat that. And then they're not going to have enough in their mind to last 6 months. And so as soon as the rain stops, ants start coming in the house. So that's what I've noticed. Up in Michigan, you can tell it's going to rain when the ants start building their mounds up taller. Draddle says, guess I'll be sleeping in the kitchen tonight until I take care of this bed bug problem. You gotta sleep in the bed. You gotta sleep in the bed. If you use crossfire, you gotta sleep in the bed. You can't sleep in the kitchen. They're just going to find you in the kitchen, and then you'll have bed bugs in your kitchen. So I always tell people, they ask me, well, do I have to sleep in the room after I've treated for bed bugs? Yes, you do. You absolutely do. You need to stay in the room. The bed bugs are living. James, he pretty much agrees with me, saying the same thing. You've got to stay in that room where the bed bugs are living so that you don't drive them into other rooms. You'll drive them out of that room by using repellent pesticides, and then you'll coax them out of the room into other rooms if they don't have a host in there anymore. You know, one of the ways people get bed bugs is from bats. Bats bring a breed of bed bug called bat bugs, and some actually bed bugs travel on bats too. And so what happens is the bats will come down in your chimney. They winter over. They don't winter over in the chimney, but they fly south for the winter. And then the bed bugs don't have anybody to eat, so they come in the house looking for a host, and they'll start eating you. And so if you leave the room and you go into another room of the house, the same thing happens. They no longer have a host. They start wandering around till they find one. So this is stressing me out. What have I done, Danielle? What have I done to stress you out? Is it because the baby's asleep? He's asleep. He mumbles a little bit. He like and grumbles a little bit when he sleeps, but he's not stressful. Do cats keep away mice and rats? No. That's a myth. That's not true. They will eat a cat. I mean, a cat will eat a mouse every now and then, or maybe a rat, but they can't keep up with the population of mice and rats. Honestly, if that was true, like people will get snakes, a black snake, or they'll get a cat. Honestly, if cats and snakes could keep up with the population of mice, we wouldn't have mice. But we have mice. So, where's my water? I think it's all gone. That's the sound of sadness. My water's all gone. How much prep work do you recommend to your customers? The only prep I recommend to my customers is take sheets and covers off the bed. That's it. That's it. I do, Julie asked about encasements. I do recommend that my customers remove encasements before treating box springs and mattresses, and not putting the encasements back on until after the bed bugs are dead. That's what I recommend. Soccer 22 says, I got a bat in between my outside shutter and the wall above my foyer. Easy way to shoo it away. Open the shutters. Take the shutters off the wall. You know, don't give it a place to live. Take the shutters off the wall. That's actually, I had this happen this year. So I went to a house and they had bats living behind the shutters. I actually think I have a video on my TikTok. I believe it's on my TikTok. I'm pretty sure it is. And the bats were living behind the shutters. And I just told the guy if he took the shutters off the wall, it would get rid of the bat. And it worked. So usually that works. I would not use an encasement, Julie. If you're going to get rid of your bed bugs, you need to get rid of your encasements too. You know, so Caveman talks about prep. So one of the things about prep work, I don't like the lists. People give these long lists, a mile long, to their customer, and it's very daunting to the customer. And if you're using Crossfire as a non-repellent, you can absolutely get rid of bed. I have gotten rid of bed bugs in hoarder homes where they couldn't really do any kind of prep work at all. You know, the only thing they were able to do was take the sheets off the bed, and I got rid of the bed bugs. Because the bed bugs are going to come to the host. If the host is laying in the bed bugs are going to come there, they're going to die. You know, I don't recommend using mattress encasements at all unless you're buying a brand new mattress that you know don't have any bugs on them at all, and you put your brand new mattress encasement on it, and you're trying to just protect your box spring, primarily the box spring, and the mattress from infestation. But if you already have an infested house, then the encasements don't do anything but get nasty. They don't really help anything because bed bugs will live on an encasement just like they'll live on a mattress. So I don't recommend using encasements at all. If buying new clothes that aren't sealed, should they be thrown in the dryer for 15 minutes? And so, I mean, if you're buying new clothes that aren't sealed, I don't understand. Like something off a Walmart shelf? Because they're not sealed, really. They got tags on them, but they're not sealed in anything.
That's actually a really good question because there was a popular ladies' clothing store. Remember,
Yes.
in our area?
Yes.
That has,
Don't be careful what
I'm
you
not
say.
saying who the retailer was,
Okay.
but there was a very active infestation of bed bugs next door.
There's cockroaches.
Or cockroaches.
There's cockroaches. They were in. So there was a lady clothing store. She's talking about this lady's clothing store. I actually treated it for cockroaches, and they had they did have roaches in the clothing. So
It's a possibility.
it's a possibility, I guess, if the people, you know, shelving the clothing, or maybe pulling them out of the boxes, maybe the box truck or something got some bed bugs. Not as likely for bed bugs, more likely for cockroaches. Cockroaches are very common in that kind of stuff. You know, you'll get cockroaches. I have a cat, so the encasement wouldn't work anyways.
Yeah.
So, well, it's been about an hour. I'm going to go ahead and get off here because, like I said, my baby is in the bed and I don't really want to wake him up. But hopefully next week we'll do a full live stream with my on my computer and not on my iPad. I know it's the last couple times I've just been sitting on the iPad doing these. But if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. If you're watching the VOD later, that's perfectly fine with me. Or you can join the Discord. Check the description of the video. Come on my Discord. You can ask me questions anytime. I'm always on Discord. In fact, Jennifer will tell you. I think her name's Jennifer. Isn't it Lego? Is it Jennifer Lego? I was going to say Jennifer or Jessica. I know it's a J. It's Jennifer. Yes, I had to scroll up the chat. But give me a thumbs up. 27 people. Give me a thumbs up. Get the video circulating around YouTube so people will find it. But yeah, she'll tell you right out. I get off of here and then I go over to Discord and I chat over there too for a little while before I go to bed. I'm always talking. I get wired after my live streams. I really like talking to people and helping people out, and I don't like to sleep apparently. But that's why I got 4 children, because I don't like to sleep. But y'all have a good night. I appreciate it, and I'll be talking to you later if I can figure out how to stop this thing. Discord is a chat. So Julie asked what Discord is. Discord is it's a chat program. A lot of gamers use it to chat back and forth when they play video games and stuff with each other. But I use it to talk to you guys about bugs. And so if you just go down in the description of this video and see the Discord, you don't have to have Discord app. You can get an app, which I have an app on my phone. I'll show you if it'll come up here. Let me see, Discord. This is the Discord right here. And I can chat. I can say, hey, guys, like that. And so, hey, guys, from Green Acres. That's my Discord channel. So I have an app on my phone, but it will also do it in the browser. So it's like a browser link that you can click. Hold on here. Janet Graham says, I won't answer my question. He won't answer my question. Oh, no. Let me see what it is. Hold on. I got to answer this question. I don't know what it is. Retype the question. I'll answer it right now. Oh, after spraying Crossfire, will bed bugs still come out and not die? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you spray Crossfire on your bed, the bed bugs will still come out and they will not die right away. No bug dies right away from a residual dry pesticide. It takes minutes, sometimes hours, sometimes days. Crossfire lasts for 30 days. It loses its effectiveness over a period of 30 days. So if I applied Crossfire today and it's wet, the bed bugs die within 5 minutes. If I wait a day and it's dry, it may take 1 to 2 hours. If I wait a week after it's been dried, it may take 4 to 8 hours. If I wait a month after it's been applied, it may take a day or 2 for the bed bugs to die. This is normal with any pesticide that has a residue. All residues break down over time. They do not last forever. They do last, but they don't last forever. And so you may need to reapply after 30 days if you're still getting bit around the 30-day mark. So hopefully I answered your question. I'm sorry I didn't see it. There are a lot of people talking. There are 26 people in here right now, 27 people. And so I try to get to everybody's question. You just have to keep typing it over and over and over. Be impatient with me and just shoot me in the face with these questions, because I really do miss the questions. So I'm not trying to be rude. The problem is that I'm using OBS on an iPad, and it will only show like this much chat. And so this is the bottom of me, and this is the top of me, and I see the chat right here, and it's like 5 lines. Like,
you can barely read it.
And I can barely read it. So I got my phone right here, so I can scroll like that. And I'm trying my best to keep up with everybody's questions. But I'm a Bedford hillbilly down here living in Bedford, Virginia, and I'm doing the best I can. But y'all have a real great day, real great night wherever you are. Hope you're enjoying yourself, and I will talk to you another time. I promise. See you later. Bye. Wait, my button's gone. Bye.